Jake Howard, joined here by Freddie Bolt. I'm here with Dan Masuku from Pussy Flight, Mike Squeaky McLean. How are you here with Tony Clay? Mohammed, British actor.
We actually made a film here. We made our own film, written and directed by my friend Rob, and I co-wrote it with him. It's called A Man Down, and it's about a football manager struggling, with the game and struggling with depression. And it was something that we really wanted to talk about, and show it in sport, because we know there's a lot of pressure in the game. So one of the gentlemen, the man here, what's his name? I think it's in the white t-shirt. He works for the club.
All right, yeah.
He basically said to me to come down and play for the charity, which goes hand in hand with what we're actually doing. So it all worked out together. So that's why I've come out here to support. Because it's very important that we speak about mental health, not just during Mental Health Week, but every.
And especially for men, it's a silent killer for men.
Yeah, because a lot of men don't want to speak up and talk about it. So
exactly. Football's a very good aid to get the awareness out to
That's
everyone.
right. So it's a great event today, and I'm really happy and proud that you've had such a great turnout. So yeah.
Why do you think mental health is very important to speak about, especially for a bloke? Because there's a lot of male suicides that go.
Exactly, I know a lot of men like to bundle it up inside and let it eat away at them. But the best thing to do is speak to somebody, and we are here to raise awareness. And that's what I want people to see, that we're here to have fun, but we're also here to raise.
Mental health nowadays is such a massive thing, and I don't believe. I mean, more's been done to sort of make people aware of it now. But I think especially for men are sometimes scared to talk out. So I think it's good to, football is, it's a sport for both men and women. But a lot of sort of tough men play rugby, and a lot of them sort of feel like it's a bit of a coward's way out to talk about it. Whereas it's encouraging people to open up and talk about the problems rather than struggling with them on their own, basically.
It might have been, you might have picked up on it before, it's something that I've spoken about before, mental health, in my journey in the circle, and how I had my own sort of battles with mental health prior to the show, a year prior to the show. And I kind of just wanted to use myself as a story and an example to say, look, I wasn't even sure I wanted to be here anymore. And a year later, I'm now on TV and I'm doing stuff like this, and people will say really nice things about me. And it's just strange how the whole world can flip 180. So I just wanted to, I suppose, from my perspective, work with a charity that represented that sort of journey.
Now, why do you think raising awareness about mental health is so important?
Unless you have someone that's close to you that suffers with something mental health, a lot of people don't have any sort of knowledge about what mental health actually entails, and the fact that everyone actually probably will suffer with some sort of mental health problem within their lifetime and maybe not even know that that's what it is. It can be quite confusing, especially for young people, but also it can be very confusing for older people. I think especially for kind of grown adults, if you feel something that you've never felt in your whole life, most people would kind of just brush it under the carpet, and I think it's so important to address the situation when it's happening as opposed to brushing it under the carpet, because if you don't address it and get help for it as soon as you possibly can, then it can get quite dangerous.
Health is a huge issue at the moment, and I think I'm so glad that you're starting to see people come forward and talk about it, and it's really starting. It's not a taboo anymore. It's not like, oh, just man up, oh, you'll be all right. Yeah. It's a case of, no, let's talk about it and let's get to the root of. Yeah, exactly, and it's all right to be, and it's like, how do we get through that? What can we do to make you feel better and a better version of you? You know what I mean? And just to feel great, and I think, it's important.